Are we live? It looks like we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pop Culture Asylum. I'm your host, Gabriel. I hope everyone had a great May the 4th day. May the 4th be with you for all you Star Wars fans. I hope everyone had a great day today. I definitely did. And I hope everyone who is watching this video is also having a great day as well. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. AEW Dynamite was tonight, and it was a great episode as always. Very solid episode. Loved it from the top to bottom. I thought everything was great. Everything was just a fun show. AEW always delivers on a great show usually. Sometimes an old timer, a banger. Okay. I wouldn't say tonight was an old timer or a banger show. Like I wouldn't go that far, but overall, this was a great fun show in my personal opinion. A lot of great action, a lot of storylines pushing forward, they're progressing. It was just an overall great show tonight. So yeah, I cannot wait to talk about it. And yeah, so before we go into the video, before we talk about AW Dynamite, right? This is the part of the video where I go over the news of professional wrestling so far this week. And there has been a lot of wrestling news, like a lot, like so much that I wouldn't have the time to like literally tell you guys to. Well, technically I do have the time to tell you all this news, but like I don't want to keep you guys here for that long. Of course, like all of you watching this video just want to hear the review of my review and the results of AEW Dynamite. I get that. So, considering that there has been so much news lately, I'm going to make another video either this Friday or this Saturday, where if you guys are like, or if you guys are familiar with my channels, usually I make certain videos called the Asylum Files, where I go over a large portion of wrestling news. And considering how much news we have gotten from these last 2 weeks alone, okay, yeah, like I want to put my 2 cents into all of this news. So expect another episode of the Asylum Files either this Friday or this Saturday, where I talk about a lot of the news that has been happening these last 2 weeks. So if you guys want to hear my thoughts on that, and matter of fact, the stuff that I'm even going to tell you the stuff that I'm going to talk about in this Asylum Files episodes, where I'm going to go over as follows. We're going to go over the NXT releases. We're going to go over Ember Moon's details on WWE's departure. And yes, I know I tried to make a video last week, but my internet wasn't working, so I had to delete the video, unfortunately. And for the last couple of days, I tried to like fix the internet. We should be all good now. Okay. But I still want to put my 2 cents into this. So we're going to talk about that in the next episode of the Asylum Files. We're also going to talk about Roderick Strong as he asked for his release and WWE denied it. That's bullshit, but I'm going to go into more detail on my Asylum Files videos either Friday or Saturday. Sue Grayson possibly not resigning with AEW, which kind of breaks my heart a little bit because I like Sue Grayson, very underrated worker. Tessa Blanchard and Women's of Wrestling parting ways, definitely not a surprise there. Freddie Prinze Jr. Yeah. Remember Fred from the live action Scooby-Doo movies? And I know how you did I know what you did last summer. Remember those movies? Well, he is going to start his own promotion. That's going to be interesting. And we also got some AEW video game news. Some good, some not so good. So yeah, those are all the news that I'm going to talk about in my next Asylum Files episode. Okay, so expect that video to drop either Friday, either this Friday or this Saturday. Okay, so yeah, expect that. I'm gonna go into more details and I'm gonna put my 2 cents into all of this stuff. Okay, so yeah, if you guys are interested on my thoughts on all of those topics that I just mentioned, again, I'm going to create a video called the Asylum Files, and I'm gonna make the video either Friday or Saturday. So that's my announcement. And without further ado, let's talk about AEW Dynamite. So we start off the show with the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy going against Bobby Fish of the Undisputed Elite. This was a qualifying matchup for the men's Owen Hart tournament, and this was a very good match to start the show. Very good matchup by both of these men. Jeff Hardy picks up the victory against Bobby Fish. After that, also Darby Allin was also watching the matchup with Sting on the Raptors. So once you saw that, you knew Jeff Hardy was going to win this matchup. So yeah. So Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin was teased for the tournament, which by the way, the tournament brackets for the men's Owen Hart tournament has been created. But we'll talk about that later on in the review. But yeah, Jeff Hardy versus Darby Allin obviously got teased for the tournament. Very excited for that. And also, the Young Bucks comes in to check on Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, but they come face to face with the Hardy Boys. The Young Bucks and the Hardy Boys face to face. Yo. Could we possibly see a matchup at Double or Nothing? Yo. That's fucking exciting. Bro, if the Hardys versus the Young Bucks happen at Double or Nothing, well, so fucking excited for that. Like, Double or Nothing is looking like an all-timer pay-per-view. Double or Nothing so far is looking like a very, very, like, this show is looking like show of the year so far. It's looking like show of the year so far. It might be even better than Revolution, which is like that's shit, what's that word? Sorry, I'm like tripping on my words tonight. But the fact that Double or Nothing could potentially be better than Revolution, yo, that's wow. But that's the thing with AEW. They always outdone themselves. Okay. And I honestly can't wait for Double or Nothing. I really can't wait. After that, before I talk about this matchup, AEW created a masterpiece of a promo package showcasing the Blackpool Combat Club. Yo, if you guys have not seen it yet, go out of your way to do so. It's in AEW's recent Road to episode to Dynamite. Guys, go out of your way to watch that. Okay, that shit is a fucking masterpiece. It's a fucking masterpiece, bruh. Man, such amazing stuff. I really recommend you guys go check it out if you guys haven't seen it yet. But yeah, it was the Blackpool Combat Club, Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson, and Wheeler Yuta going against the Butcher, the Blade, and Angelico of the Andrade family office. And this was a fun 6-man tag. This was a very fun 6-man tag. Really enjoyed it. Obviously, the Blackpool Combat Club gets the win. They continue to be one of the best things, if not the best thing, in all of professional wrestling right now. TK, it's time to make those trios titles, and it is time to give them to the Blackpool Combat Club because they fucking deserved it. Come on, Tony. Make those trios titles. I know you want to wait for Kenny, but we got so many amazing trios right now that you can do you can make a trios division without Kenny. Eventually, you can give the titles back to Kenny Omega at the Young Bucks. But until then, do it now while we have all these amazing factions, especially the Blackpool Combat Club. Okay? Because my God, the Blackpool Combat Club is fucking awesome. Love it. After that, we get an interview with Team Taz. And obviously, Jurassic Express interrupts. And Jurassic Express actually accepted Team Taz's challenge. So we're eventually going to get Jurassic Express versus Team Taz for the AEW Tag Team titles. But Jungle Boy actually challenged Ricky Starks to a matchup for the FTW title next week on Dynamite. Obviously, Ricky Starks has accepted the challenge. So we're going to get that one-on-one matchup next week on Dynamite. But yeah, like nothing too crazy there. Again, I could definitely see Team Taz taking the AEW tag team titles against away from Jurassic Express. And I could see Team Taz facing against Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee for the AEW tag team titles at Double or Nothing. I can 100% see that happen, and bro, I cannot wait for it. But yeah, those are my thoughts on that. Speaking of Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, we got interviewed by them, and obviously great promo by them as always. Keith Lee sounding beautifully smart as always, and it looks like they are not done with Team Taz, which is obvious. After that, we got Wardlow going against Big Cass, or now he goes by W. Morrissey. And my God, Morrissey looks great. Big Cass looks great. Obviously, a great promo by MJF, as always, trying to hype up this guy. And, like, obviously ended up being Big Cass. And my God, this was a great matchup. The great matchup, the presentation bringing Wardlow to the ring. It was Goldberg-esque, but this time Wardlow is actually better than fucking Bill Goldberg. Shit. Anybody's better than Bill Goldberg. Let's be fucking honest, people. But yeah. Like, this was amazing stuff. Great matchup by both of these men. The funny thing about it is that during this matchup, people were actually chanting, "We won, Enzo, no, we don't. We won, Enzo, no, we don't." And oh my God, bruh. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, good matchup by both of these men. Both men look great, especially Big Cass, W. Morrissey. Awesome stuff. After that, Wardlow with a massive pop. Just destroy all the fucking security guards. Like, the crowd's going insane. People are chanting Wardlow. Oh my God. AEW is doing such an incredible job making this MJF Wardlow stuff. Like, this rivalry has been nothing short but phenomenal so far. Like, mwah. Awesome stuff. I'm telling you, by the end of this, Wardlow is going to be a massive star. And once he gets his hands on MJF, it's going to be a special moment. Awesome stuff. After that, MJF actually challenged Wardlow to a matchup. And if Wardlow wins, he gets released from MJF's contract. But in order to do that, first, he needs to do a contract signing, and he also had to make Wardlow do these conditions to get this matchup against MJF in the first place. So we're going to do it once again. The MJF conditions. The MJF conditions. And we're going to hear all those conditions next week on AEW Dynamite. But yeah, I cannot stress this enough. AEW has done a phenomenal job with this MJF Wardlow storyline. Awesome stuff. After that, we got a quick interview with Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, Tony Storm, and Ruby Soho. And it was announced that this Friday on Rampage, We got Ruby Soho and Tony Storm going against Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. And not only that, but we're also getting Riho versus Yuka Sakazaki in a women's qualifier for the Women's Owen Hart tournament. So we're getting not one, but two women's matches this Friday on Rampage. Tony Khan is actually giving these women more TV time, and I couldn't be fucking happier. And matter of fact, AEW actually gave the women a lot more TV time tonight. And a matter of fact, Tony Khan actually gave the women 30, the final 30 minutes of AEW time. The final 30 minutes, bro. Yo, Tony Khan is going the right direction when it comes to giving these women more TV time. And again, I couldn't be happier. Tony Khan, man. Tony Khan. That's what separates him from the rest. He actually listens to the fans. He listens to the fans, man. I fucking love Tony Khan. I love him. I love him to death. Awesome stuff. But yeah, great back and forth by both of these teams. After that, we get an interview with Hangman Adam Page. And this was a great promo, but my God, it was an intense and kind of heelish promo. Like, I don't think AEW is going to make Hangman Page the heel of this rival. I don't think they're going to turn anyone heel, but my God, they made his promo intense tonight. Holy shit. Like, it was so intense that it was almost to the point of it being heelish. Now, again, I don't think AEW is going to turn him into a full-on bad guy. But I just think it's very interesting that AEW gave him like a very intense and kind of heelish promo. Like, he literally said to a fan wearing a CM Punk shirt that you should burn that shirt and go to the merch stand and get a refund. Like, bro. Woo! Not saying that Hangman's turning heel. And if they do, I honestly don't know how I feel about that. Personally, I don't think AEW should turn anyone heel. They shouldn't turn Punk or Hangman heel. Both men should be considered as baby faces. But my God, Hangman's promo was very intense. Holy shit. But yeah, great stuff by Hangman Page. After that, we get a Jay Lethal promo, and it was announced that this Friday on Rampage, we're going to get Jay Lethal going against Takashita? I think that's how you say his name. Obviously, we saw him in AEW before, but a long time ago. A long time ago. But he recently made an appearance on AEW Dark Elevation when he defeated Brandon Cutler. And he is going against Jay Lethal this Friday on Rampage. This guy is actually really, really good. And I think his matchup against Jay Lethal is going to be good this Friday. So yeah, cannot wait for that. After that, we got Santana, my boy Santana, going against the Wizard, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho actually called himself the Wizard, which is both stupid and genius at the same time. Because looking at it from the outside, like having the nickname called the Wizard, it's just dumb. It's stupid. But you got to keep in mind what kind of characters Chris Jericho and the JAS are. They are heels that are supposed to represent sports entertainers. They're like WWE-esque like characters. You know what I mean? So like, it's funny. It's actually genius because WWE is actually giving like these wrestlers like horrible and stupid fucking nicknames and name changes that are just completely unnecessary. So Chris Jericho actually made fun of that by calling himself the Wizard. Again, it's stupid at first, but if you really think about it, it's actually pretty genius, man. I just love the JS because they are basically the parody of WWE. They're basically the parody. And I love every second of it, bro. I fucking love the JS. But obviously, I love my boy Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz more. Great matchup by both of these men, as always. But obviously, the numbers game were too much. Jericho gets the win over Santana thanks to some distraction. And of course, the JS attacked both Santana and Ortiz after the matchup. Obviously, Eddie Kingston wasn't there to save them this week because they got blinded. He got blinded, unfortunately, by the JS last week in the parking lot. Those jerks, JS. But I'm telling you, Eddie, Santana, Ortiz, it's time to call them. It's time to call them. It's time to call the original LAX to even the odds. It's time. It's time to call in Homicide and Hernandez. It's time to call in Homicide and Hernandez to even the odds, man. Because the JS are kicking your asses, bro. Come on. You gotta call Homicide and Hernandez to even the odds. Okay? But yeah, great stuff. After that, we get a great Samoa Joe promo. Obviously, his rivalry still continues with Jay Lethal and basically saying that he is coming for Jay Lethal this Friday on Rampage. After that, we get a small segment of the Gun Club actually giving gifts to the Acclaimed. Everybody loves the Acclaimed. I love the Acclaimed. But yeah, it looks like they're going to be an alliance now. So I think that's very interesting. So it looks like we got the Gun Club and the Acclaimed being a interesting alliance. To be perfectly honest, I don't think this alliance is necessary, but we'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes. After that, we got the Varsity Blondes calling out the House of Black. Great promo by Brian Pillman, as always, as he calls out the House of Black. The House of Black comes in, and they just fucking attack the Varsity Blondes, Pillman and Give Garrison. And Julia Hart was just watching, and the House of Black was actually trying to get Julia Hart in the group when when Brody King gave Julia Hart the chair, and the House of Black wanted Julia to hit Give Garrison with the chair, but Julia Hart, though she kind of had some thoughts, like eventually resisted, and she didn't want to do it. And obviously, the House of Black was pissed at her, and it looks like they were going to do something to her. But of course, Death Triangle, and of course, Malachi Black even took off her eye patch. Okay, but Death Triangle came for the save, and the House of Black retreats. Now, I know some people didn't like this segment, but to be perfectly honest, I thought this was a great segment. I thought this was a great segment, in my personal opinion. It continues the rivalry between Death Triangle and the House of Black, but again, they're continuing to tease Julia Hart eventually joining the House of Black, and I think this is the biggest teaser yet. Okay, I think Julia Hart is eventually going to join the House of Black, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, but to be perfectly honest, I really enjoyed this segment. I thought this segment was great. After that, we got a promo from the baddies, Jay Cargill, Red Velvet, and Kiera Hogan. Nothing too crazy there. Basically gloating how they're great as always, saying that Jay Cargill gloating that she's TBS champion and that Red Velvet is going to win the tournament, the women's Owen Hart tournament. And again, I really like this promo. Like AEW has struck gold with this trio, and I'm glad that AEW kind of put these three together. But again, AEW should really address why Red Velvet is all of a sudden teaming up with Jade Cargill. They should probably explain that. Okay, because again, Jade Cargill and Red Velvet had a rivalry like in the beginning of AEW's inception. Well, I wouldn't say obsession because they didn't show their faces till like the pandemic era. But yeah, like they should probably explain why Red Velvet is all of a sudden teaming up with Jade Cargill. But yeah, that's honestly my only criticism of the baddies, to be honest. Other than that, I think AEW has struck gold with this group, and I can't wait for what AEW does with the baddies. Awesome stuff. After that, we got the final qualifying matchup for the men's Owen Hart tournament as Ray Phoenix goes one-on-one against Dante Martin. And my God, mwah, mwah, mwah. This is great. This is great stuff. Like, my God, if you got like everybody expected high flying, crazy stuff, and that is exactly what we got. My God, this was a great match. My God, this was an absolute banger. Both men absolutely killed it. And after an amazing showcase by both of these men, Ray Phoenix ended up picking up the win, and he is moving on in the men's Owen Hart tournament. Again, great matchup, great showcase by both of these men. And then after that, we finally got the men's Owen Hart tournament bracket announced. And it is as follows. So in the first round matches, we got Adam Cole, baby, going against Dax Harwood. We got Kyle O'Reilly going against Ray Phoenix. We got Jeff Hardy going against Darby Allin. So we're finally getting the dream match. We're finally getting the dream match in this tournament, and I cannot wait for it. And we're getting Samoa Joe going against a Joker, a surprise Joker. Who could it be? We don't know, but I do have my suspects. So I think it could be one or three men. I think it could either be the return of Miro, which would be fucking amazing. I could see Claudio Castagnoli, Cesaro finally making his appearance, or it could be Johnny Gargano. Now, Johnny Gargano is the most unlikely out of the three, unfortunately. And don't get me wrong, I want Johnny Gargano to be a part of the AEW Ring of Honor stuff. And matter of fact, I think Johnny Gargano would be more perfect for Ring of Honor than AEW, since AEW is kind of packed right now. But I think Johnny Gargano would absolutely be perfect for the Ring of Honor brand. So no doubt about it. Like, I think that if Tony Khan and AEW played their cards right, I think Johnny Gargano will more than likely be a part of the AEW Ring of Honor bubble. And I hope that's the case. I really hope that's the case. But yeah, as of right now, considering that Johnny Gargano is busy being a dad, we don't know when Johnny Gargano is ready to make his return to the ring in general. So as of right now, as much as I love to see Samoa Joe versus Johnny Gargano, very unlikely right now. So it would be between Miro or Claudio Castagnoli, Cesaro, and bro. Like Miro, I could definitely see Miro making his return, but we don't know the situation with him. But again, I could definitely see Claudio finally making his debut going against yo. Imagine Samoa Joe versus Claudio Castagnoli or Samoa Joe versus Miro. Yo, whatever one it is, take my fucking money, brother. Take my fucking money, because that That would be a match of the year candidate right there. Either of those matches would be a match of the year candidate. Hell, even Joe versus Gargano, if Gargano is finally back in the ring, would be a classic. But again, where Gargano is highly unlikely right now because he's busy being a dad. So I think it could be either Miro or Claudio Castagnoli, and either I would be fine with either result. Okay, but yeah, I'm very excited for that. Very interested on who the Joker is. After that, we get a quick Darby Allin promo, and he's basically ready to face Jeff Hardy in the first round of the men's Owen Hart tournament. And again, I cannot wait for that. That is a fucking dream match waiting to happen, and I cannot wait to see it. After that, the final 30 minutes, the final 30 minutes belonged to the women. One of my criticisms of the AEW women's division, basically the biggest and my only criticism of the AEW women's division, is the fact that the AEW women's division doesn't have much TV time, unfortunately. Well, my God, AEW gave the ladies a good amount of TV time tonight. I would say like 30 minutes. Hell, I would go as far as to say I say 32, 33 minutes because we also got that Baddies promo as well. Yeah, so the rest of the show is just women, and I'm glad that Tony Khan is, and with this plus the two matches on Rampage this Friday, bro. I'm so like Tony Khan and AEW. It's definitely going in the right direction when it comes to showcasing the women and giving these women more TV time. And I couldn't be happier. So let's talk about the last 30 minutes, shall we? So right off the bat, we start off with Thunder Rosa coming out, and she calls out Serena Deeb. And we got a great back and forth between both of these ladies, between both Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb. And it has been officially announced. At Double or Nothing, the AEW Women's Championship will be on the line as Thunder Rosa defends it against Serena Deeb. Yo, that has the potential to be a match of the year candidate right there. I cannot wait. That matchup is going to slap hard, and I cannot wait for it. I really cannot wait for it. These are two of my favorite women, not just in AEW, but in all of professional wrestling. I think both Deeb and Rosa are two of the best female wrestlers on the planet right now. So I really, really cannot wait for this. This is going to be amazing. So this is the part of the video where we go over the stuff that's been announced for Rampage this Friday and Dynamite next week. And it is as follows. So right off the bat for Rampage this Friday, it is as follows. We got Ruby Soho and Toni Storm going against Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. We also got Hook going against JD Drake. We got Jay Lethal going against Takashita. And we got Riho going against Yuka Sakazaki in a qualifying matchup for the Women's Owen Hart Tournament. And speaking of which, since we got a Joker for the men's Owen Hart Tournament, I only assume that we're going to get the same thing for the women. Now, who do I think would be the Joker for the women? I think it could be one or two ladies. Either it could be Athena or it could be Mia Yim. Okay. I think it could be one of those two ladies. And yo, I think it would be the perfect time to bring one of those ladies to, like, this would be the perfect opportunity to bring one of those two ladies to the AEW Ring of Honor bubble and letting them be a part of this Owen Hart tournament. Okay, I think it would be the perfect opportunity to do that. So yeah, those are my suspects for the female Joker for the female Owen Hart tournament. As for Dynamite next week, Dynamite is stacked next week. And here's what's been announced so far. So we're going to get Darby Allin versus Jeff Hardy in the first round of the men's Owen Hart tournament next week. We're also going to get Adam Cole going against Dax Harwood in the first round of the men's Owen Hart tournament. We're also going to get the contract signing between MJF and Wardlow. We got Ricky Starks going against Jungle Boy for the FTW Championship next week. Very excited for that. And we're also going to get CM Punk going against John Silver. So yeah, we got a fairly stacked card next week on Dynamite in Long Island. Cannot wait to see it. And now after that, we got the main event of the evening. The ladies are main eventing, and you love to see it. Deonna Purrazzo going against Mercedes Martinez to determine the undisputed Ring of Honor Women's Champion. And this was a great match by both of these ladies. Both ladies absolutely killed it. Great matchup by both of these ladies. And Mercedes Martinez actually wins the matchup and becomes the undisputed Ring of Honor World Champion. And I love Mercedes Martinez. I really do. And I am very happy AEW is treating her like a legend because she's been in this business for over 20 plus years now. So the fact that AEW is finally giving her the respect she deserves really does put the smile on my face. Absolutely love it. I couldn't be happier for Mercedes Martinez. But I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit disappointed because I really wanted Deonna Purrazzo to win this matchup because I really want her to be a part of the Ring of Honor reboot. Like, Deonna Purrazzo is an amazing talent, and she would be perfect for the Ring of Honor reboot. She would be perfect. But obviously, it wasn't going to happen for obvious reasons. She's an Impact contracted wrestler, unfortunately. So, yeah. So obviously, Deonna Purrazzo wasn't going to win this match. And considering that Deonna Purrazzo is an Impact contracted wrestler, as expected, I didn't think that she was going to win. But a part of me still wanted Deonna Purrazzo to win because I really want her to be a part of this Ring of Honor reboot. But obviously, that's not the case as Mercedes Martinez retains the title. And again, I'm happy for Mercedes. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy. I've been a fan of Mercedes Martinez ever since I laid eyes on her in the Mae Young Classic. And I have been a big fan of her ever since because she is just fucking awesome. And again, I'm very happy that she's finally gained the respect she deserves. It's just again a little bit disappointed because again, I wanted Deonna Purrazzo to be a part of this Ring of Honor reboot. I really did. But again, unfortunately, she's a impacted contracted wrestler. So even if I tried to wish it as hard as I could, it wasn't going to happen. But I'm so happy for Mercedes Martinez. I really am. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. And overall, I thought this was a great, solid episode of AEW Dynamite as always. But I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. What do you guys think about AEW Dynamite tonight? Did you guys like it? Did you guys not like it? Was there something specifically you like? Was there something specifically you hate? I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. But thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment. And if you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like, make sure you leave a comment. And if you guys like the content that I make, make sure you subscribe and leave the notification bell so that way you don't miss any of my videos. But until next time, this is Gabriel. And again, I will see you either this Friday or this Saturday for my Asylum Files podcast video per se, where I go over all the wrestling topics that has been happening throughout this week and throughout these last 2 weeks. So expect that video either Friday or Saturday. But until then, this is Gabriel, and I'll see you next time in the Asylum. Have a nice night, everyone.